that in Germany there are no getaway cars. Porsche Advert from the 1980s is one of my favourites, and particularly in terms of its copy and its impact in terms of creating and shaping Porsche's positioning. Now, to really understand it, you've got to put it in the kind of context of the 1980s and the competitive pressures that actually every car in this space is facing. You've got fast Fords, fast BMWs competing in the kind of price-sensitive end of quick, prestigious cars. You've got Ferrari and Lamborghini, which we all remember as being the poster children of the 1980s, gorgeous, exotic cars. And then you've got other competitors. You've got Lotus and Jaguar, and you've got many, many others in the US as well. So you've got this hugely difficult competitive landscape to navigate. And in some senses, Porsche sits in a very difficult place right in the middle of this market. So how, through its promotion, did it manage to stand out through adverts like this? Well, we're going to sort of look at that and break down how this advert delivers that Porsche story. Now, in this segment, everybody is fast. So that's kind of a standard, but we do need to reinforce that. But what we also need to cover off is that the Porsche is reliable, that it can be used every day, because that Porsche sits in that bracket where people are buying this car for its prestige, but they're probably driving it a lot. It's not like a real exotic, which is only a weekend car. And then we need to hammer home that prestige that puts it above the BMWs and the Fords, etc. So how does this ad do that? Now, the first thing to say is that together, this copy is incredibly intriguing and sucks you into the ad. So the emotional connection is not some hard-hitting, hit you straight in the heart, make you cry stuff. It's intrigue and it sucks you in. In Germany, there are no getaway cars. In Germany, justice is swift. I mean, I love that. It sucks you in. It tells you this is about speed, and it connects you directly into that Porsche brand. Now, the in Germany bit is important because by saying in Germany and by reinforcing some of these technical details, we're playing to the engineering knowledge, the manufacturing knowledge that goes in there. So we're delivering that reliability story. With the police livery and by the fact that it's a patrol car, we're hinting at the fact that this is a car you can sit in all day long, do your police patrols, and it will be comfortable and it will actually be reliable and it will keep going all day. So that's reinforcing that message, delivering the everyday use story in a really interesting way. And then finally, the prestige part, this connection into Porsche's heritage at Le Mans, Daytona, Sebring. It's lovely little touch that's just putting it in a slightly different class and a different category, putting it alongside the Ferrari in terms of its prestige. So you can see this ad touches on all four of these elements that really make up what we think of as Porsche, and it delivers them in such a beautiful, stylistic, well-written way. And the net result of this is that this is one of Porsche's most successful times commercially. They have fantastic success through this spell. They have a market share in the US close to 2%. They're selling 30,000 cars a year. They don't sell 30,000 cars a year again until something like 2005. And when you think that Ferrari and Lamborghini are selling 1,000 cars a year in the US at this time. So it really is quite staggering in terms of its commercial success. Lots goes into that: price, product, placement, etc. But I think this promotion helped it. And just finally, wanted to touch on the creative idea, because the creative idea is fine, but I found this 1970s advert, which is fundamentally the same idea, but UK ad, and why most police chases end with arrests with a Hillman Chrysler here. Not quite so good, is it? I mean, it's okay. It's actually not a bad ad. It's an okay ad. But it shows you how strong the copy is on the Porsche ad, how it's drawing you in, creating that intrigue, how it's not immediately obvious, but the ad unfolds and tells you everything you need to know and wraps that story around this car. And I think that is the key lesson here, is that with the copy, if you're not completely obvious, but you get the intrigue element right, you can draw people into an ad and draw them into understanding a little bit more about the product, which helps you deliver a clear, distinct positioning that helps drive commercial success.